8 Things to Look Out For When Buying a Used Supercar. By Bill. Before you splurge the cash on a used supercar that seems like a bargain, here are a few things to watch out for. With their sharp design, mind-blowing top speeds, and the pleasant roar of the engine, supercars boast an allure that is difficult to ignore. While being a proud owner of a supercar is a dream that we have all had at one point or the other, the eye-watering price tags mean it remains a dream for most people. While there are supercars from the last 2 decades that we can afford, you can buy a used supercar for a fraction of the price, and get to drive your dream car, or one that is as close to it as possible. Since new cars lose about 15% of their value the moment they are driven off a dealer's lot, going for a used one is a good move, albeit one with some pitfalls. Despite the captivating moniker, some supercars are not so super in terms of design, build quality, and reliability. So, before you get bitten by the supercar bug and rush to a dealership to close the deal, here are 8 things to look out for when buying a used supercar. 8. Carry out van inspection. Before going through with the deal, you should take your time to verify the ownership of the vehicle you intend to buy. To prove that the vehicle is not stolen property, you need to ask for the relevant papers and run in-depth checks on them. While you can contact the Department of Motor Vehicles for information, you also need to get the local law enforcement officers to conduct a Vehicle Identification Number (VIN) inspection. Instead of having problems with the law, it is better to call off the deal if you see any red flags. 7. Get a vehicle history report. This is one of the most important factors to consider before you close any deal with a fairly used supercar seller. To keep a vehicle's sales appeal high, some sellers may not disclose if it had been in a serious wreck in the past. While checking closely for signs of major alterations and repainting, also get a vehicle history report to find out all you can about the vehicle. Since major accidents can have a long-term effect on the car, it will probably be a good idea if you avoid buying a car that has been in one. 6. Handling. Although all supercars are built to varying degrees of perfection, one of the similarities between them is that they are all special machines in their unique ways. Since they all have different road manners, go for a spin to determine what's best for your level of expertise and how you plan to use it. How a supercar responds at low speeds determines whether it can be a perfect daily driver or not. After all, you don't want to pay good money for a car that will throw you into ditches at the least opportunity. 5. Reliability. While shopping for your dream supercar, don't forget that many of the enticing deals out there are enticing for a reason. Going after a cheap sticker price could land you with a car that is costly to service, maintain, repair, and provide with parts. Thanks to online resources from JD Power, KBB, and other sources, knowing how vehicles rate in terms of reliability is just a click away. Although several cars are plagued with unreliability, there is a handful of reliable supercars out there that will give you what you want without costing you the world in upkeep. 4. Transmission type. Before signing any papers, think twice about the type of transmission system you will be comfortable with in your new car. If you are into manual gearboxes with the traditional stick shift, you should go for cars produced before the mid-2000s, but remember that supercars have stiffer clutches than sedans. Lamborghini Huracan Nevo interior via luxury viewer. With some modern supercars having from 9-12 gears, automatic transmissions are becoming more common since they can shift faster and more efficiently. Now you know where to focus your search if you are a fan of stick shifters or the more convenient automatic transmission with paddle shifters. 3. Performance, power. Another key factor to consider is how many horses and how much torque you want under the hood of your supercar. This itself will of course depend on whether you want a car with eye-popping top speed or one that shines brightly on the drag strip. While the idea of a 700 horsepower supercar may look good on paper, The sad reality is that getting behind the wheel could be a scary ordeal, as 700 horsepower may be way too much power to control. Buying a car that maxes out at 200 plus mile per hour will be a waste of money if you never get to unleash its fury on the racetrack. 2. Entry and exit. One of the features common to most supercars is their low ground clearance, which makes getting in and exiting the vehicle a real pain. Regardless of whether you are young and fit, the contortions needed to enter or exit some supercars can take their toll on you after some time. While they all ride lower than regular cars, some supercars have door designs that aid ingress and egress to an extent. When you are drawn by the number of ponies on tap, impressive lap times, or by the sonorous exhaust soundtrack, remember that you'll have to get inside before you can taste those joys. 1. Carry out a diagnostic scan. Even after you might have had a close look at the vehicle, you should also consider getting the car inspected by a specialist. To be doubly sure that there are no serious issues with the car, it wouldn't hurt to conduct a diagnostic scan on it. Regardless of how good it may look on the exterior, a thorough scan done with the right instrument could reveal some nasty surprises. Whatever the scanner reveals will help you to decide where to start your bargaining from or whether to avoid the car completely.